Mandatory military service is a reality in many countries worldwide. After this speech, you will have all the information needed to see if this is a valid option. Mandatory military service, or public service as we might call it, has been used in many countries. This is also a possibility here in the United States. Today we'll discuss what is compulsory service, negative and positive aspects of compulsory service, and is it a logical option for the United States? First I'll explain what compulsory service is. Next, what are the positive aspects of compulsory service? Then, what are the negative aspects of compulsory service? And finally, is this a good thing for the United States? Much information I'm going to share today with you has come from both personal experience in the military and research I have conducted. In addition, I have served with many personnel that have had military compulsory service. What is compulsory military service? Compulsory military service is normally thought of as the draft. However, it is defined in the Free Dictionary as conscription is the compulsory induction of individuals into the armed service, whereas the draft is a procedure by which individuals are chosen for conscription. Do any other countries use this process? Absolutely. According to the website worldatlas.com, there are at least 26 different countries that use some form of the draft. Some of the countries are Brazil, Denmark, Egypt, Israel, South Korea, and Thailand. In Korea, I was there for a total of 3 years, and in every unit there's what they call a KATUSO. KATUSA stands for Korean Augmentation to the United States Army. Every unit has some soldiers. They're normally usually individuals that have either gone to college, are in college, and their mandatory military time had to be fulfilled, a period of 2 years. Not everybody's happy about it. In fact, what do conscripts have to say about military service? In BusinessInsider.com, a conscript was quoted saying the following about his military service. At the time I did my military service, I hated it. I just hated every moment being in there, trapped in that isolated society. And I just waited for my time to pass. It's not for everybody. There's no such thing as deferments. I don't want to do it. There's just really no ways around it. What are the positive aspects of compulsory military service? A strong military force is maintained. You always have a full-up military. All the billets are filled. Everything you need to have your personnel is already taken care of. Equality is promoted among all citizens. Everybody has to do it. Again, there's very few ways out. There's some that, like I say, can be deferred, but it's not that easy. And of course, it will encourage national unity. You know you have to do it. You're going to do it. Everybody knows they're going to do the process, so it makes it, unifies the country as a whole. What are the negative aspects? It violates free will. What happened to, I don't want to do it. In most cases, that's really not an option. Your option is go down there, report the time you're supposed to report, and get it over with. It can interfere with other forms of education. Many times, for example, I can use the example of Korea again, South Korea. If you're in the middle of college, say you're in your second or third year, they'll let you finish your college, then do your military service. Some will do it before the military service. Some may do it many years after. You never know when your time was going to come. It can interfere with, as it was. It does not guarantee that everyone is a fit for it. That's true. There's some people that just don't like it, as I read you in that quote. It's just not for them, but it's mandatory. Is this a good thing for the United States? Well, First thing you have to do is use the lessons learned from other countries. Use the other countries as examples before you would set your standards, policies, and procedures. The United States does have a form of this. It's called the Selective Service, where all healthy males 18 and above have to sign up for selective service. Of course, in the United States we have a volunteer service and have had for many years. So we always use the volunteer service first before we would go to the extreme measure of conscription. And consider alternatives. If you're physically unfit, just don't want to do it, there's other things you can do. Can you do some sort of public service, say on a Native American reservation? Work in the public, be a teacher on a place where there's, like in the inner city. Kind of like the Peace Corps in a way. Just some sort of other thing that you can do. First, we discussed compulsory military service. Next, we discussed the positive aspects of compulsory military service. Then we discussed the negative aspects of compulsory military service. And finally, if this was good for the United States. Mandatory military service is a way for some countries to build a military force. However, there should be alternatives for those who are either unfit or unwilling to serve.